It's 11 a.m. Good morning. It's Fish the Beach Bum Investor. It's actually a couple of minutes past 11. A little bit late today. Had a meeting this morning. Exciting meeting, actually. Really interesting. Good guy that I met this morning. So hopefully we'll be able to bring you some more information on that going forward. I'm just going to post in Steam it because I always forget to do that at the start. That means they're in late. And I'll post in our Discord group so everyone comes over for the chat. Interesting night in the economy. I saw Bitcoin drop below 3 grand. I said that would be good buying if you got it between 2800 and 3000. That it would be good buying at that point. And at this stage, you can take your money out and call me right, or you can keep going for the long haul. Up to you. But it does look like I was I was correct on that assumption. Didn't get any myself. I'm a bit low on budget at the moment for actually putting in. So yeah, I'm just riding out those investments that I've got in the economy at the moment. Okay, let's have a look on Steemit and post up. And that's one of the questions I'm asking today. Will this recovery have people reassessing the entire value proposition of blockchain as a whole? Because I thought the correction was a bit silly going down that far. Fair enough for some projects and fair enough for if you don't want to believe that blockchain is viable as a currency, but I think it certainly has applications far outside that of just a currency. So, I'm just posting up on Steemit and I'll get the investment group over as well. And we'll get moving on today's crypto discussion. Not many people in the house yet, actually a zero. So I'll just post up on the social medias because now I'm an expert with that. I know how to do that. Where's our Discord group? Here it is. Crypto chat. It might be because it's Saturday too. It's a beautiful day outside. I'm happy just to go surfing if no one drops in. That's fine. Sit back for the weekend and watch the market recover. Let's have a look. Oh, by the way, test run. See if we can, look, I had a look before we came on air and PIVX was sort of peaking, so I don't know if we're going to do it like 6 days in a row, but I've been tracking this phenomena caused by the Quick team, the crypto wave investment crew. Okay, so I've just come online and it's 86913 and 88451. So it's actually a massive spread, 323 to 329 fiat. In terms of the price at the moment. Let's see if we can do it 6 days in a row, I think it would be, and have the price move up over the next hour. Don't go in and start buying it, just let it happen organically if it's going to happen. It does look like it's trading at the moment between a fairly tight range over the last sort of 6 hours of around that mark actually where it's dropping to now. 86,616 sort of, I'm just lining up roughly as usual, and capping at approximately 89,000 flat. So interesting. We'll see where we sit at the end. And the spread's actually right between there, so it's trading either side of that. It's just tightening up now, but let's see if we can do it. It'd have to break through resistance that's double capped. Almost triple capped in the last 6 hours. That's short-term trading, so maybe we can break through that. We'll see what happens. No one watching at the moment, so I won't be affecting any markets, that's for sure. Just let the guys know at the Discord group that we're on for the chat. Crypto chat. Hey guys. On live. Hey, Tico. Tico Gamer Loco. First on, man. I'm just letting the investment crew know that we're here. Might be a second. Hey guys, on live now. If anyone is interested. It is the weekend. Maybe I can stop doing these webcasts on the weekend. At least it is in Australia. Friday night, probably most of the world. So everyone's out enjoying their massive gains after stacking in at 20. Thanks, bro. Good on you. One like. Everyone's probably enjoying their gains after a pretty impressive run up from that 2,800 to 3,000 support mark. So well done for anyone who got in. I didn't. Just didn't have the capital to go back in, so I'm just sitting at the moment. Yeah, but let's go and have a look at the economy because it has been a super interesting week. One of the most interesting weeks I've had in the economy, seeing China and Dimon's effect on market sentiment and mass psychology in general. So yeah, I'm just going to have a quick look now. See what the market's doing. I saw it drop as low as 100 billion I did say I said at the very end of yesterday's show, I think it could take another further 10%, and it did that almost, maybe even just a touch more. But I hope those who were patient and had the capital get in did quite well. Hey, A-Dog, how are you, bro? Hey, Bubba D. Hey, I sent those lyrics to A-Dog, Bubba D. We're going to work on a mad production, dude. But yeah, hope you like those lyrics, dude. No, you're good. Oh, you're live too, man. Cool. I might drop over and say hi afterwards. There's not many crypto chatters around on the weekend, A-Dog, so maybe I'll drop over, man. We might cut it short. Depends on how many people come in. I'll try and get over after my stream and say hello if you're still going. See you, bro. Good to see you. Marketcap.com. Hey, Eddie. Happy dance music? Mate, I'll pull some up for you right now. I just had a really interesting meeting this morning, actually. I actually met with... Well, I didn't even ask whether I could ask him whether I could tell you this, but I'm sure he won't mind. I met with from Chris, the owner of Bondi Beach radio station, this morning, just down at my local coffee shop. So it was good. We had a chat about a few things in the music and the crypto economy space. So chuck on a bit of Bondi Beach radio in the background. I won't get done for licensing on this because I just met with Chris this morning. Hey Mick, how are you, mate? I'm guessing that's Zeman. What happened to your Zeman thing? Yeah, I thought it was. Yeah, good meeting this morning, Zay. Chris is a nice guy, man. We chatted. You called it. You said there's no way the meeting will last half an hour. I think we went for an hour and 10, so a little bit over double. $40 under, but feeling good. Yeah, that's pretty good, Eddie. You done better than me through the dip. I picked up extra coins, so I'm just waiting for the pump. Had some good trades overnight. Yeah, for those of you interested, by the way, I did meet with the owner of this radio station this morning. It's bondibeachradio.com.au. It's a pretty cool station. Get on and have a listen. The A-Dog raid. There's only 2 of you. Oh, no, Scoodle Doodle's in the house. Drop those lake bomb, guys. Woof, woof. Hey, Scoodle. A-Dog raid. Elliot Plays, welcome. Part of the A-Dog raid crew. We'll have to get the fish crew, like, I don't know, we'll have to get all the bodyboarders and surfers to come and figure out how to, hey, Saucy Link, figure out how to raid A-Dog back one of these days. We'll get you. I did a solo raid on A-Dog. It didn't really have the same effect. I just typed fishy raid a bunch of times and hit the enter button. And hey, Leo. Leo Benson in for one of the famous A-Dog raids. Thanks, Leo. Good on you, bro. Yeah, of course I miss you, man. We got some cool stuff coming out. Me and A-Dog are working on a little project of our own. Hey, Saucy Lucas. I like the name Lucas. My first name's Luke, so works pretty good. Yeah, so me and A-Dog are working on a little project. Probably a month or so, I reckon, A-Dog, by the time we get it all done properly. But it's going to be good, man. You've got the lyrics. Should be fun. A-Dog and Fish teaming up against the big boys. So yeah, I'll just have a look at the economy now that we've been raided by the Groms as per usual. Yeah, the other Saucy's your brother. Cool, man. Cool. It's a good crew that A-Dog's got running with him, for sure. Love the Cali Groms. Don't know if you're all from Cali. Fish Dog. Hey, Elliot Plays. How are you, Elliot? Not sure. I've met Dave before, and Brad from Dave and Brad Plays. I'm not sure I've met Elliot before. G'day, Elliot. Welcome to the chat. We're actually talking crypto today. Listening to a bit of Bondi Beach radio station. So, forgive the speakers. It's just on my laptop. I'm good, Elliot. I'm good, man. I'm a bit tired. I've been working like crazy, and it's been a crazy time. I'm in cryptocurrency, so the markets have been reacting pretty heavily to some news out of China, and old Jamie Dimon having his opinion on Bitcoin, but then opening up his own blockchain project. So, moving forward from that, let's have a look at the economy. Thanks for dropping in, Groms. It's always good to see you guys. Peace out to the Cali brothers, the A-Dog raid crew. Your auntie's from Perth. Cool, Elliot. I lived in Perth for a little while, actually. I lived in Scarborough, and half my family's from over there. My cousins and uncle and auntie lived down in a place called Cadardup. Now, last time I was there was only four houses in the whole town. Had to go to the next town to get a beer. But some great surf down that way. I'm on the Gold Coast myself. Well, to be technical, I'm actually 100 metres south of the border in Tweed Heads, in northern New South Wales, the Northern Rivers. But I do consider myself a Gold Coast boy. Gold Coast Bodyboarding Club, represent, born and bred Gold Coaster. Grew up surfing the waves here, so that's where I am, right on the border. I think I'm listed as a Tweed Heads competitor, as like when I go to competition and that for my bodyboarding, but I still compete for Queensland. I did this year. We'll see how we go next year. I've had a bit of an argument with them. Anyway, I'm just going to turn off Bondi Beach Radio because they're taking an interview, and that's not music at the moment. Cool little radio station though. It's online at the moment, bondibeachradio.com.au. Check it out. And let's get on to having a look at some of the improvers since the major correction over the last 48 hours or so. 7 days really, starting out with China ICO restrictions and then being followed through with 60 ICOs being, I guess, made illegal to invest in China or being suspended until the Chinese government had a chance to take a look at it. And I've just done completely the wrong thing. Sorry, computer idiot. You're going to have to deal with this sometimes when you're dealing with me. So I'm just bringing up coinmarketcap.com. We're going to take a look at how we're looking. Yeah, 125 billion. So from lows, 25% in 12 hours, less. That's a huge influx of money. Makes me think that some of this has got to have been potentially, it certainly looks orchestrated. Conspiracy theories being thrown out there. But in any case, it is good to see the economy bouncing back. So Bitcoin's sitting at 3,678. I actually thought it would find resistance at 336, and it's just shot straight past there. So I got no idea. It's got some momentum up. It could keep going. I don't know. They're big gains in such a short time. Surely people who bought in on the bottom are already going to be at least thinking about taking profit. I mean, that's huge. You could have bought Bitcoin. I'm trying to think. I woke up at like 2 o'clock this morning and started working. It's easier for me because everyone's on international schedules to get in contact with people. So yeah, I woke up about 2 a.m. So like 9 hours ago. And I'm sure it was 3,000 or under. That's a massive increase in that time. 24-hour period, we've got an 11.3% gain on Bitcoin itself. Ethereum's back up to 253. It was always too cheap. Yeah, Z. You know who did do that? Wilkie stacked in yesterday on Ethereum. He's going to be picking up. He's going to be just positioned himself so well for ICOs. He really has. Very clever move for a newbie. He's a newbie in crypto. He's been in it like a week, man. But he's a trader. He's strong in investments. He actually, funnily enough, Z, after I got talking to Chris this morning, funnily enough, Wilkie does pretty good in the old industrial sector in the stocks, the mining sector in particular. So, little interesting overlap there. Yeah, Ether's done well. Come back strong, 10%. Bitcoin Cash has come back as well for some reason. God knows why. Sorry to the Bitcoin Cash fans and to the miners there. I just don't see the added value proposition in the market. Yeah, interesting connection. It's just weird how things like that happen, right? Ripple, good to see. Struggling hard to come back against the force of Bitcoin and decentralized blockchain rather than helping the banks out. No, look, honestly, that's good buying at 18 cents. As much as I hate to say it. Fave, a gamer, Tay06L. Now, I think I would remember that handle because it's quite a complex one. Not seen you before, welcome. Just chatting crypto today. Yeah, you will get rated by me when I've got enough followers, A-Dog. I'm coming at you. Coming at you. When I'm over the 1,000 subs like you, brother, I'm coming at you. All right, see what Eddie's got to say. Eddie's come in with a bit of crypto chat to get us back on track. Eddie says, transactions happen fast. hell with fiat. It took 6 days for my bank to get verification amounts to establish my Coinbase account. You know what I tried yesterday? I tried just like a mini transfer of money into my... I don't know why I did it at Lowe's. I got bored. It was only $50. And plus it's way cheaper than when I actually got it. So I'm still up. But I transferred $50 just out of my PIVX wallet because I wanted to try it. And I transferred it straight into my bank account at 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon. And the only thing slowing that down was my bank, but it was in there at midnight last night. So I was stoked. Just trialling it, you know, how quick does this payment come through from living room of Satoshi? So for the Australian people, it's expensive. Go and do your figures. They're charging about 10%. Too much. Get a crypto credit card instead. But if you want to pay a bill or something, or you get an unusual run-up in the price that you know is worth taking the 10% hit on, might be a quick way to pay a bill or something than that. Yeah, it's faster than BPay, Z, for sure, bro. I did BPay with it as well, though, man. I BPayed a bill with PIVX. It was awesome. Unfortunately, I did that when PIVX was like $2 a share, $2.50. I think it was $2.20. I did it live, man. I did it like, okay, there's been a run-up. I'm going to pay a bill. I'm wishing I hadn't paid that bill now, but to be fair, it was a PIVX promotion that I was expected to do. So I didn't really have an option, but I think I paid 24 PIVX for my internet service provider's bill. Yeah, exactly. What goes around comes around. So yeah, 24 PIVX for my monthly bill. I don't know about that now. Seemed like a good deal at the time. It's like when, yeah, man, even less. It's like when Vitalik bought a shirt, I think that would be worth $400,000 or something today with his sort of first big mining profits from mining Bitcoin in the early days, and some guy bought a pizza that would be worth $100,000 now, something like that. Let's have a look. We've got Eddie. My chat's a little slow catching up. Here it is. Eddie's just said, try praying a friend in Bitcoin, cell phone to cell phone, crazy fast. Really? I didn't know that, man. Cool. That's cool. We've got the same technology over at, well, I won't say the same. I think ours is better. Over at PIVX. And, yeah, I've got to get a Android phone, man. I'm on iPhone, so can't do anything with bloody iPhone. Apple being pains in the necks about getting wallets onto the platform and things like that. They're idiots. Anyway, sorry, I'm not going to go on a rant. Yeah, so I'm looking at, I'm going to get an Android phone so I can at least keep some PIV on my wallet. Do you know what we've got, though, at PIVX? We've got paper PIV now. I'll do a video on it, but essentially it's our paper backed by crypto rather than a government. So it makes it easily transferable in the real world. You can leave it as a tip for a waitress or something, you know, just print out a bunch of 1 PIV or half PIV things to keep in your wallet, bang, leave it as a tip. Pretty cool, right? And then they can just scan it on their phone and accept it straight away. I think it's cool. I'm actually thinking about going up to the Q1. It is the tallest building in the Gold Coast. It was, I think when it was built, it was the tallest building in Australia or the Southern Hemisphere even. I'm not sure when it was built, not anymore. I'm going to go up to the viewing platform, make it rain PIVX off the Q1 all over Surfers Paradise with the paper PIV. Probably get arrested, but be a good publicity stunt, right? Maybe I can get a permit to do that. Yeah, so I like the idea of paper PIV. It's cool. Really, really cool. We just print it out. You get a QR code. You get a wallet address. It's got a preset amount of PIV on there. I might even get like little, like one PIVX bills made with my face on it, backed by Fish and PIVX. That's one way to drive the price down really quickly. But you know, you can do things like that. You could make your own customized money essentially, which is pretty cool. Just fun more than anything. Yeah, I walk around with a suitcase full, exactly. You know the movies where they open it up and there's like all the government-backed fiats in there? You have all the paper PIV. It's you know, for the dreamers, it's marketing gold because we get to come up with all these fun ways to actually bring it out, gangster style, you reckon? I want to do the Making It Rain PIVX one big time. The PIVX Storm. Definitely doing that. Even if I just get like a bunch worth 10 cents. or like 0.1 of a PIVX, like 30 cent US valuation or 35 cents. That's where we're at this morning. We better talk some crypto. As much fun as this is, I'm only on for another half hour. We're going to get some crypto talk in here. So let's have a look at the market. Keep going. I got some interesting buys and sells overnight. Let me just go have a look at the book so we can see where there's been some market action. Do a film clip. Have you ever seen it rain? Oh, there's so many. Like, I'll have to write the music for it as well, obviously. So, yeah. There's so many ideas I can bring into that. They're just flooding in at the moment. Let me have a look at my order book and look at the orders field on. I'm just going to look at the Bittrex one and see what happened overnight. Hey, Grinkers, man, you always have like a different logo or a different. What, are you constantly getting banned from YouTube or something? You always got a different thing coming in. Yeah, so I got a buy and a sell on Cloak actually. So Cloak took an interesting path because I sold out at 34999999, and I don't know why I had another order set exactly 1 point lower, just because I'd done the same analytics again, but I had 349999 and 349998, and I sold out there and then bought back at 262931 and 253561. So obviously big gains on the buyback, the sell and the buyback there. So that was a nice one for me. I've also had a sell on Vertcoin, so that's had a nice run up. I got a sell on that at 19498. Let's just see where we're sitting now on Vertcoin. That was after buying low. Like, I actually think it's going to go a whole lot higher than that in terms of both the BTC trade and US dollar. Yeah, man. We're familiar with CNN News, for sure, Eddie. What's his name? Darth Vader. This is CNN, isn't that the dude? Yeah. I think that's the one. Anyway, so, yeah. Oh, funnily enough, just as we're talking, my buyback of Vertcoin just filled. Cheeky fish gets a buyback after selling at highs. So that's what you got to do. So you see that thing that came up, it was telling me I got a buyback right as we're talking. So it was probably like a round number, like 17 something. 17001 or something. I bet you that's what it is. No, I went with 17125. I must have just crept it up a little bit on the analytics there. So I've just bought back the same coins I sold not that long ago for at least 10% less. Yeah, 10% less. So that's pretty good. Good little turnaround there. So Vertcoin I've just bought, so we can find out whether I'm an idiot or not. I've just bought it at it looks to be in a bit of a free fall at the moment. It's taking like really good retracements. It's actually going 1698 too. I think it'll find support. I think it will find support. There's good support there built up around 16. Call it 16.8. Just recent support. But I think it will find support there on this run down. I just got a feeling about it. I don't think it'll drop all the way down to the next level of support before this pre-pump we saw. I think 16.8 is a good place to start looking at setting your buy orders, and then put those safety ones down further for the jackpots. So then you don't mind if it's crashing because you know you're getting really good cheap buys. That's what I'd suggest on Vertcoin at the moment. I wouldn't. Yeah, 17. I think 17 could even offer support, and that's where it's at now. It dropped below 17 just while we were talking just then, like to 16.9. Yeah, it's definitely like three big red candles pretty much stacked on top of each other, which is usually an indication of market confidence gone, and there might be another one behind that. You want to look for the confidence restore before you start getting back in. But in this market, it just moves so quickly. It happens way quicker than I was ever used to in fiat trading or anything like that. Apart from oil can be a super volatile little bugger. So you see moves like that. Hey, Agent Smith, welcome to the convo, man. Yeah, so with Vertcoin, I think it could be support around that 16.8 figure, maybe 16.9. We'll see. It's just dropped to 16.9, so we'll see if it finds support. It certainly has temporarily, but you're not going to gauge that over 30 seconds. So let's see what happens, even during the course of the next half hour while we're online. Hey dog, what do you got? Two YouTube personalities, mate. Yeah. Yeah. So for me, that's where I'd look at Vercoin, and then you can look further down where it did dip. You know, not that long ago. It was crazy. It's pretty insane growth. It was around the 15,000 Satoshi mark. It just had these mad dips, even lower. But yeah, I think you'll find that the support will line up pretty strong at 17,000 or around that mark. There was actually a little bit of support lining up there from a couple of days ago. Actually from 2 days ago. So might line up on that same line. Get bought up at 17, staying too cheap. 16,927 is the bid. 17,000 is the ask at the moment. So it's just deciding really whether it's going to act as support or it'll keep dipping down. But that's some pretty big red lines, like coming off those highs. So we've had, if you were on it, you know, you wanted to go, oh, you're FOMOing big time, right? No, you wait for this one, this last one. If you go and get onto Bittrex and have a look at your charts now, you got a nice big retracement back down to levels of support, or at least recent support, which do actually line up with support levels 2 days ago. So maybe a time to buy on that one. Please make your own decisions. I like Vertcoin as a project. It got a sell for me. That's why I had a look at it. Let's go on to I got sells and buys on Cloakcoin. That ran well. PIVX has obviously had a really nice gain since as I say that we're dropping. I think I'm going to ruin my run here. Where's Wilkie? Wilkie, go and buy up all the PIVX, man, please. No, I'm joking, Wilkie. I just want like 6 days in a row of the 11 till 12 broadcast section being PIVX. I like to feel like I'm actually affecting the market, even if I know realistically there's no chance of that. I think come on. We got, like, we're hitting support, but gonna have to make a big move to get back into positive territory from where I started the stream. Maybe people are going reverse. I'll have a look for you, Agent Smith. We'll just have a look at PIVX supports now. And please do your own analytics, because this is my own opinion. Agent Smith's just LTC. Hey Crypto K. LTC's rocks, you know that. I like LTC. I saw that on the Discord group. You lucky boy. 35. I didn't. Bitcoin hit 2800, like 28 to 3. It hit that mark I talked about yesterday. Hey Kev. Yeah, bulls are running wild again, mate. We called it. Shakeout, confidence, orchestrated, possibly. Living on Bit for Coin vid, couple years old, but they have better luck today. Yeah, let's have a look. Alright, just doing the PIVX, quick analytics here. There's obviously major support levels that line up on 4 different spots at around the 78,000 Satoshi mark. That's, for mine, I don't... It depends on Bitcoin's run up from here, obviously, because it's relative, right? But if it gets below 80, I think it's going to get bought up. 80,000 Satoshi, I really do. A lot of my buy orders, jackpot orders are set around that mark. More recent lines of support, just recently, like super recent, but it does line up with sort of areas of support. I don't know, like with this current dip, if you actually go back to the 7th, the 7th of September, there's a lot of support there around the 86,000 mark. So 86 flat, that is, 86.0. So potentially that same area of support, it's hard to tell because we're trading in areas that we haven't been regularly and often in our history with PIVX. So it's hard to figure out historically what's going to happen. So I'll just get back to that crypto, okay, won't be a sec. So for me, I'd take a look at 86,000 as maybe if you're like super desperate to get in, it's sort of opening up that opportunity now. Like 86,000 flat, looks like it could offer some support. Then I'd actually drop quite a fair way. I'd look to find support again at 82.9, maybe 83 just to grab it. And then I'd look for, then I'd go probably all the way down to that those marks I suggested before. Maybe grab one just on the 80, maybe 80,000 flat, and then down to that sort of, those marks I mentioned before of sort of the ones that line up all together at 78, and you can go down a bit further if you want and set buy orders even at 72 and lower. Big one down there at 65. You can get even lower than that. It just depends on, if you're going to set a stack of buy orders, you just want to keep updating them and check that the relative price still makes sense. Because obviously if Bitcoin, I don't know, let's just say Bitcoin announced a fork all of a sudden or something like that, or there was massive shakeout in confidence in Bitcoin itself but not the rest of the economy, then you really don't want to be, selling your PIVX off at the relative prices, right? So it's important to keep updating your knowledge on the coin, that not only the coin that you're trying to buy, but BTC and LTC, depending on what you're trading in, or Doge, or whatever, Ether, if you're trading in Ether. So you've got to keep it's about relative prices when you're trying to accumulate more coins. So always sell higher than you bought. If you buy something, go and set a sell order straight away for at least some of it at gains. And never set... You only trade with Doge, Agent Smith. Which platform are you using? I know you can do it on Cryptopia. What platform are you using for your Doge trades? It's cool, man, because you get with Litecoin, you were kidding. You're a pain. Bloody Ripple loving pain. You are, Agent Smith. Go and find some Ripple. Go buy some of that. How's that looking for you today, by the way? Oh, no, he didn't. Yes, he did. Keep supporting the banks, mate. You will get a bit of a frying from me. I'm glad you love Doge, though. Yeah, man, I love any two idiots who can sit in their room and come up and say, let's put a crypto with a dog on it and hope people buy it. You've heard those rumours, right? So, no, I'm not bad. Doge is actually pretty cool. They've got a pretty generous and supportive community, that sort of thing. Ripple, long-term hold, yeah, go for it. Keep all your money there for all I care, Smith. G'day, Dane. How are you? Yeah, so Ripple's collapsing because Agent Smith's involved in it. No, I'm joking. Look, he's got a good buy long term. We all know that. We know the companies these guys are working with. We know that they've got Westpac and NAB, and we know they've got that big Japanese bank that Joe dropped on us yesterday. It's money on money on money on money. Ripple will do just fine, and so will Agent Smith with his cold-hearted support the bank's attitude. You're out of the Discord group. Yeah, so let's have a look at some better currencies than Ripple. Sorry, I'm the biggest Ripple basher, aren't I? I'm so bad. Ripple and Bitcoin Cash, I just go, why? Why are they up here? Ripple I actually get, Bitcoin Cash I definitely don't. So yeah, let's keep having a look and see what else there is in the market. We said yesterday, one of the commenters, one of the people came in and said, look, I bought Litecoin at, oh yes, another 1% gain since we've been talking. Nice. Yeah, cool, Crypto K. Good to see you, man. I'll get back to some of the questions you were talking about, and we'll just talk over in Discord, bro. Thanks so much for all the work you do over there too. Always bringing in information. It's good. Yeah, so even in the last little bit, let's get the view alls. This could be the time to just, PIVX is just going to explode and take it to 6 days from 6 that my broadcasting has affected the market price by multiple millions of dollars, obviously. Let's have a look. Yeah, it's looking nice, looking like a really healthy comeback. You do have to be, like I said, short-term traders are just going to be going, ha ha ha, just killed it. Wilkie's probably already in the Caribbean somewhere, the way that boy trades. Anyway, yeah, economy's looking good. People are so rude. I forgot to turn on airplane mode today. That was my fault, that one. Yeah, I agree, Joe. That's what I'm saying, man. You think about how quick that growth's been. You got to... I'm not selling anything because I'm just going to ride out the highs and lows. I do a bit of trading. in between coins. Because you can do that and make extra coins, right? So I'll just do that. But yeah, Zhao's come in and said, is it a bull trap to Joe? So it'll be interesting to see Joe's response to that. Joe's pretty knowledgeable in these markets, guys. We know that. We know that. He called 3,000, I think Joe did. I called 2,800, so I kicked your butt, Joe. No, I called 3K as well. My cousin was the one who called 2,800. But, you know, obviously even Zhao, I think Zhao was at 20... I can't remember. Zhao was at 310 or something. You called 2,200, did you? Yeah, you're a bit off then, Joe. But yeah, I mean, yeah, definitely could be a bit of a trap. See what happens. But that's just, like, it's not necessarily a trap, right? But if you've made 10% in 9 hours, like, high-risk investors aim for that much in a year. And they call it a solid year. You're getting it in 9 hours. 10%. There's going to be a lot of people tempted to take profit who dropped in on the bottom. So the market's going to fluctuate like crazy after the shakeout, and people are unsure of whether it's a restore of confidence or Zhao's got it. The market is crazy right now. Yeah, it could be a bull trap, not sure yet. Yeah, no one knows. That's the truth, and that's why you make your own decisions. What I like to make the decision on is based on my original research, which I put months into, about what blockchain is. I didn't even know what it is. A mate of mine in the surf asked me to have a look at Bitcoin because I was doing day trading. So I was doing fiats and commodities, and I was doing a bucket load of research for that because it's the same sort of thing. The research wins the game long term over technical analysis. That's my personal opinion. And so he said, I can, you know, have a look at, what do you think of Bitcoin? That was what he asked me. What do you think of Bitcoin? I said, what? Mate, I'm trading real stuff. Go away with your kids' games. I pretty much insulted him out in the surf, and then I said, oh, that was a bit rude. I'll go and have a look at it. I found that it had a 21 million like capped economy. That it was essentially unhackable technology by current computing standards. And I went, wow, actually this is a bit of a game changer. So yeah, I almost dismissed Bitcoin and the crypto economy in general. I could still be trading those crappy old fiats. Doing fine at it, but it's crap. It's just boring. This is exciting. We're like the projects that we're investing in to help develop a better society in blockchain. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm going to be red-faced. I say that again and again, but I think this is the future. And I'm not a technical expert. Matter of fact, I'm a technical idiot. So please make your own decisions. What's the high-tech doc that you're talking about, Eddie? Let me have a look at the chat. Oh, the rise and rise of Bitcoin. Yeah, man. I've actually seen that one. So yeah, it's interesting, Tom. I saw something about Warren Buffett coming out saying he'd rather invest in shit than Bitcoin or something like that. That was I didn't even bother to read it because it was just the headline, and I thought, you know, whatever, mate. I know you're the most successful investor in the world, whatever. Don't care. You're wrong. Even the most successful investor in the world can be wrong from time to time. And Mr. Buffett, you are wrong on this one. Yes, he is old, Edward. Very good point. As am I, so I'm careful not to mention that. As I'm aging and spending time with 19-year-olds who are now starting to kick my butt in the surf, I need to be careful about giving anyone hassle about their age. Yeah, Joe. Buffett's playing games as well. He's jumping on the Dimon bandwagon. Oh no, Bitcoin's going to fail. As he slowly hires up the blockchain world. Clever. Wonder if it could be considered market manipulation. Just throwing it out there. Yeah, so interesting times in the economy again. Yeah, no worries. Agent Smith just said Rise went down as soon as he picked it for our challenge, because we have a challenge on our Discord group. I'm paying 5 PIVX in total, so 2 PIVX to first, 1 for second and third, and for last, to the best picks and worst picks for the crypto economy for the 7 days. I put Steam in for myself. I just thought it was too cheap.
I keep going on about it, and for me, I was looking for something for a value proposition outside of, I should have just picked PIVX or Trustcoin, but I was looking for value propositions outside of those, I guess, fiscal-based, economic-based cryptos. So I went on Steam, and it's done okay, but Trustcoin killed it. Straight after I put it in, I put the tip in on the thing, I hit the enter button, and then Trustcoin just went. And I'd said we trust, and I bought it, so I'm happy. Had good gains. But I could have won my own competition in the first week. It's not over yet. Steam's a solid platform. We'll see what happens over the next 5 days I think we've got left in the comp. Or we'll have a look. We'll run it every week anyway. Be a bit of fun. Gets us all thinking about what the best value is for that 7 days. For the short-term trades, So I like the little game we've got going on over there. So Agent Smith said he likes Steam at the more he learns about it. I simulcast there now, man. I got paid, like, if you think about it this way, Agent Smith, just by going, oh, excuse me, guys, I'm just going to post in Steam it. I literally grabbed the link and repost in Steam it so that the guys interested in going through the articles over there can actually get live. They just open the article and hit play, and we come up live over there as well on Steam it. And that's pretty cool. And not only that, like, I posted, just bringing out my Steam it here now, and like, I'm not a big player. I don't have a whole lot of Steam power or anything like that because I'm not a blogger. So for me, I thought, for me to like up my cost and all this, of actually running the blog wouldn't make sense at this time because I'm still learning about it. But yeah, I got paid $1.11 from the post yesterday for our crypto conversation, and it just the title was Jamie Dimon is a bell end. Have your say in today's live crypto discussion. And then I said, first China, now this Muppet. What's next for the volatile crypto economy? Just asked the question and invited people to the chat. So I got paid $1 just to do that little quick. And that's like in Steam power and Steam dollars. So if they do this, then the dollar I earned today is worth a lot more tomorrow, right? Or, I'm just using that as a turn of phrase, or in a year or in 2 years or whatever. And the good thing about Steam is I can actually pay my bills in Australia using Living Room of Satoshi. And I did this yesterday. I just trialled it out, transferred $50, stupid, on Lowe's, but I'm just eager to try it, and I've got stacks in there, and it's on Lowe's, but it's still double the price where I bought it, right? So to transfer $50 over was no big deal. I just wanted to try the old PIV transfer back into the bank. Worked seamlessly, had the money by this morning, and I'm sure the only delay on that was my bank processing it because they like to hold on for it a little bit longer so they can draw all the interest out that they can. Pricks. Excuse me. Sorry. So yeah, so as you can see, I'm always set up on Living Room of Satoshi with PIVX, but you can actually just go here, and I'll just scroll down. I think I'm going to go with 10x, yeah? I like the look of 10x, man, as a credit card and as a platform in general, so I'm going to probably go with 10x. But what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to contact UBIC and 10x and Zappo and just say, throw your offer at me. Tell me why your card is better than anyone else's for an Australian, and my whole team will start using it. Tanya O'Meara, myself, Jordan Imes. I've got another girl that I can't mention yet because she's not actually on, we haven't made a full agreement yet, down in Victoria. I'll get them to, I'll say, we'll all start using your card if it's good enough. You sell it to me now. So I'll go over to their Slack group and say, what can you do for us? Hey, cut off that initial fee for us because we're going to have, I will only represent the card that I actually want to, by the way. I would never, I've done this my whole career. You can check on my bodyboarding career. I've never represented a company that I don't believe in. Never. If I've only represented boards that I've actually been writing the board before I put any representation behind them at all. So there you go. And same with any other product. I've never switched. I just like to ride what I want to ride. And that's the advantage of not taking on sponsors. I can do that. So I'm the same with the crypto economy. I definitely made a mistake in the early days, which some of you guys will know about, on on a social experiment, which, to be fair, I did class as a social experiment. If you go back and watch that. But anyway, everyone makes mistakes, right? If you followed all my tips and put 1,000 into each, you'd be doing quite well at this stage. So let's have a look. These are the coins which I essentially see as legitimate currency in Australia, just because this is a platform that we can use. I'm seeing more and more because we can get those credit cards, right? And then we can use pretty much any currency in Australia. But I'll just read the list out to you. So I'm Living Room of Satoshi at the moment. By the way, the fees are a bit high. Living Room of Satoshi, I think you're charging a little bit too much. I love the service, don't get me wrong. Helps us to actually validate currency and it's no more than what we'd have to pay for changing fiat. So I'm not totally against it. I just think maybe a little bit cheaper to encourage the adoption of cryptocurrencies. Anyway, good service all in all. Super quick. I've paid a bill with it and I've transferred back into my bank account. Totally doable from Australia. I can verify that, no problems. So we've got Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, Dash, Monero, Ethereum Classic, Zcash, Steam, see? Blog, pay a bill. Blog, pay a bill. Read some articles, upvote, re-steam, upvote, re-steam. Yep, that's a good one. Yep, that's a good one. You get paid for that. I can call it getting paid for that because you get paid in Steam and I can transfer Steam in Australia straight into my bank account and into my crypto credit card and into BPay to pay my bills. Amazing. For blogging. For posting the crap that most people post on Facebook. I prefer Steam. Thank you. Thanks, Xiao. Xiao's going to help me out with my Steemit presence. Actually, Xiao's Johnny Crypto, at Johnny Crypto. I think that's you over it. Correct me if I'm wrong, Xiao. That's you on Steemit as well. And you can follow at Johnny Crypto over on Steemit. Yep, thanks, Xiao. Or you can follow at Beach Bum Investor, which is myself. That's... what is the capital gains tax in Australia? Oh, good question off the top of my head. Let me have a look. Capital... Too much is the answer, straight off the top of my head. Capital gains tax, Australia. Let's have a look. 30% net capital gains if you're an individual. The rate paid is the same as your income tax rate for that year. For SMSF, the tax rate is 15% and the discount is 33.3% rather than 50% for individuals. Hope that answers your question. I just got a Steemit tip from someone. Was that someone giving me Steam? Legends! It just popped up on my phone. Good on you. Thank you so much. I actually give it away all the time. I did 50 Steam or something. No, I did a lot of, it was a fair amount of money just to decide whether I should grow my beard back. Guess who won? The yeses won. We're going to do one to see whether I should cut this mop off next. Get it cut back short and looking half respectable again. I don't know. Kind of doesn't suit the beach bum to look respectable, does it? So yeah, I really like Steam. That's why I picked it for my weekly tip. I like it as a social media platform. I like it as the home of cryptocurrency discussion in terms of social media. Twitter has an excellent presence there as well, but the discussions that you can sort of get access to around Steemit are awesome. So I really like it. Yeah. What do you reckon, Eddie? Mop or no mop? We'll call it the mop or no mop challenge. That's pretty simple. I'll pay in PIVX. Just decide whether I cut my hair or not. It's so good. I don't even have to make decisions in my own life now. I just put up bounties and go, righto, 5 PIVX. Vote here. Oh, cool. Thanks, Universal Vibes TV, and welcome to the discussion. I'm just going to get back to that. We've got a bit of information coming. Universal Vibes TV. Apparently, Revolt soon to accept Bitcoin and Litecoin. Revolut? I don't even know what that is. I'm sorry. I'm so bad with the digital space. Better with blockchain than I am with existing digital businesses. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm just going to have a look. Revolut. I'm going to have a look at what it is. A lot of people. I actually developed some metrics to measure the crypto economy, and one of them was this site. I can't remember what it was called, but it showed you where Bitcoin was being accepted, and it showed you the new stores being added. So I could go on there and see how many new stores are being added a month, keeping track of the total stores to understand the rates of adoption of the technology throughout society. So you've got to think of things like that to gauge it yourself. Cool. Revolut, I'm not sure how it's pronounced, I'm sorry about that. It's Revolut. That's Romeo, Echo, Vixen, Oscar, Lima, Uniform, Tango. And it is a global money app that includes a prepaid debit card, currency exchange, and peer-to-peer payments. Revolut Currency charges no fees for the majority of its services and claims to use interbank rates for its currency exchange. So there you go. Excellent. Well, obviously Bitcoin and I think it was Litecoin from memory, the comment, are going to be added onto that platform. It's going to increase demand, and we know what that does. So, very, very nice little rumour. I just want to clarify that as a rumour at this stage from Universal Vibes TV. Thanks for bringing that one in, mate. Good on you. Appreciate it. So keep an eye on that. Obviously, we buy the rumour and sell the fact, so might be a good idea to have a look at Bitcoin and Litecoin. I don't think that's ever a bad idea. So, thank you, Zhao. It's not a rumour, it is official, just clarifying. And that's what we do here. We work as a team to bring in information, to validate it or dismiss it. So it works well. Good effort, guys. New information, validated, perfect. Took 2 minutes. That's what collaborative effort does for you. Cuts down all your individual workloads. So, well done to the team on that one. That Substratum ICO got extended for anyone interested. I was looking to get into it last night, and Pete, I'm going to drop that in the thing. Anyone who wants to get into Substratum, Pete's given me his email, and I'll even read it out, because if you want to give a good guy a referral, like only if you want to get into Substratum, please make your own decisions. But Pete's a good guy, and he's the one who brought this to our group, and I like it, I'm getting in. I'm not going to go huge on it, I don't have heaps of money, I'll save for this one. So, I can't wait to get into it, but where's Pete's direct chat? I don't even know how to do that. I'm so bad at this. I'm just going to send him a message going, Pete. He's going, why are you just sending a message with my name on it? So, Pete's email, if anyone wants to put it in, is I might just put it in the chat actually, rather than saying it on YouTube forever and ever to be seen, because I know you guys here are cool. So if anyone wants to help Pete out, like I'm going to give him my referral code just so he gets a few extra sub, because I know he loves this one. He has not stopped talking about it. I hope it goes well for him, because I'm pretty sure he'd be more heavily invested than me on this one. So I do like it for those of you interested. It's a really interesting value proposition, decentralized web hosting, getting rid of the GoDaddies and the Amazon web services of the world, making it cheaper, at least making them be competitive with their pricing. So that's a good thing. Just going to pop this up in the chat for anyone who wants to help Pete out. Yeah, exactly, man. Universal TV, yes, Universal Vibes TV. There's Pete's email. Has just said together each achieves more, which is an acronym for team. So I agree. I actually consider myself a Nashian, because I'm crazy. Like, let's admit it. It's easier to just deal with if you just admit it. So I'm fairly different and fairly insane, and so was John Nash. I'm not suggesting I was anywhere near the level of that guy's genius, but he came up with a better economic system, which basically said to Adam Smith, no, it's a decent start, but it's not a complete formula. And Smith, we still live off this economic system today, and it's competitive economics, right? And Smith basically said in a competitive economic system, it's better to do. Everyone just does what's best for themselves. And through the creation of competition, we'll move forward as a society. That's essentially it. And Nash just came out and went, sort of. He said it can actually be better. And to summarise it, we're actually better off as a society
at least economically, if each person does what's best for themselves and the group, not just for themselves. And he proved that mathematically, won a Nobel Prize. And I believe that way of thinking can actually be transferred into just about any part of your life. So are you doing what's best for yourself and for the group? I think if you ask those two questions, it tends to lead you on a pretty good path most of the time. So yeah, I consider myself a Nashian. Bit crazy, but tell me there's not logic behind that. Anyway. Boom, yep. Also good to be able to observe the masses and do opposite when required, follow your gut instinct. Yeah, what Universal TV, I'll just read that out loud, sorry, has said also good to be able to observe the masses and do opposite when required, follow your gut instinct. Two things there. One, you're referring to a term called a contrarian, which is someone who will go against the flow, if you like. I tend to be a little bit like that, I like to catch the falling knife. I don't mind hitting it a few times on the way down. So yeah, contrarians are really important to keep a market. So yeah, there are contrarian traders, and the second point of that was to trust your instinct, and I'm a massive believer on that. Huge believer on trusting your instinct. I'll go back to Chaincoin. Okay, for those of you who don't know, I wrote a message to Max Lee saying this is dangerous, the growth's too quick, it's unorganic, I want to dump. I had $12,000 at this stage on the line. Not on the line, I'd made it, I got in early, right? Trying to identify those social trends early, right? So I'd got in early on that, and I'd made roughly $1,000, maybe $1,200 max US into 12 grand in 48 hours. Pre-Bitcoin fork, by the way, so it's 5.5 BTC at that stage. 5.5 BTC. And I wrote to Max and said, mate, this is not good. Where's the business plans? What are we doing going forward? Which exchanges are we going to be listed on? How are we doing all this? And I wrote him 5 paragraphs, right? And he called me out on it, saying, oh, God, I don't have time for that. Some big scammer surfer guy. Scammer surfer guy, okay. Maybe you should do your research on my business background first. Because everything I say is true, mate. And I called him out because obviously you need a lot more than 5 paragraphs to summarise what was wrong with that plan. And I said, look, I dulled it down for you, mate. Kept it to 5 paragraphs because that's probably all you could understand. And he didn't read it, didn't bother to, obviously. Didn't take the time to do that. And I'd written in there that, like, I'm only holding my stock because I made a commitment. I want to dump right now. It was at $6, $5.80 when I wrote that. I thought it would dump at 6. It ended up dumping at $6.80. But I wouldn't have been far off the mark from buying it at 60 cents, would I? So, well, and even below 60 cents. So yeah, I was really frustrated because I said I'm going to dump if you don't get back to me within 7 days. Within 7 days, my money was worth one third of what I'd actually put in. Forget about the 10x that I'd done in 48 hours. Now, if I had dumped that when I wanted to, instead of, getting back to what Universal Vibes TV was saying, if I dumped that when everything in my gut and my instinct said, get the hell out now. If I just listened to my instinct instead of, look, I honoured a commitment, right? So I don't feel totally bad about it, but 5.5 BTCs pre-Bitcoin fork. What's the current price? Do the maths. Plus I would have got 5.5 Bitcoin cash as well. So, trust your instinct. Trust your instinct. Emotion, no, Eddie, man of my word, man. I said I wouldn't drop the shares. That's what the plan was. We buy and hold and the price has to go up organically. Then Mr. Lee decided Max Lee, this is not actually anyone influential in the space. He decided to change the plan and start setting buy and sell wars when he clearly has no idea what he's doing trading.
especially releasing that trading strategy openly. I even said to him in the letter, I could beat the crap out of your trading strategy now that you're releasing it publicly. Don't do that. So I don't know whether it was a scam that he actually orchestrated, whether it was just ignorance, naivety, a belief that he had a bigger control of the market than he actually did. I don't know what caused all that. All I know is that I should have stuck with my instinct and dumped the shit out of those shares at $5.80, and I would be sitting on a lot of money right now from $1,000, probably $30,000-$40,000 from $1,000 within 2 months. And I didn't trust my instinct, and now I'm sitting on $500. What can you do? You learn your lesson, you move on. Still up in the crypto economy, even with that hit, comfortably up. So, Diners Club Crypto, I like it. Yeah, there's so many, like we haven't even seen, scratching the surface of the industries that blockchain is going to affect. People are going to come up with all sorts of ways to integrate blockchain into existing industries. That's my personal prediction. You think about any industry, you can possibly think of an application for blockchain in it. It's just people getting that together, getting the white paper out, getting some development work done, building teams. It's new tech. But any industry in the world, in my opinion, can be disrupted by blockchain potentially. Any and every industry. So please just take that advice from Universal Vibes TV. Not emotion. Don't trade on emotion. Trade on instinct. That's fine. Calm, cool, collected, researched instinct. Nothing wrong with that at all. So yeah, really good advice there. I don't know, Eddie. I don't think you'd be likely to put much on credit, man. That guy's an accumulator. Buffett's secret is to never sell. He still owns a car pretty much his first car. Just takes real good care of it and never sold it. It's worth a million times more than he bought it now. But my point is he doesn't sell. Honestly, that's most big it's accumulation. I don't like to say that is the target of life. But if your ambition in life is personal wealth, for starters, that's an empty and very sad life, and please make a different decision right now. But if that is your goal, you do it by accumulating, not by selling. You accumulate. I wouldn't be surprised to hear Buffett still has his first dollar. Like literally still has his first dollar put away somewhere. It's not a huge secret. Yeah, he doesn't even have a chauffeur, the Cadillac. Yeah, Eddie. So you've read about that as well, or seen that on a report. You seen the house he lives in? You've seen the house, I don't know what Zuckerberg's living in now, but he was still renting not that long ago. Why? Because he can make his money earn more than 5 to 10% a year and beat the property market. So he pay the rent. He can go make that money work for him somewhere else. For me, it was forced savings. I bought this house towards the end of my run with gambling, my problem with gambling. It had come to an end. I'd been playing poker and making good money. And so I bought this house as a way of making sure I wouldn't go back into those patterns, because now I had a commitment of a mortgage. So when I had a good deposit, I pulled the trigger on buying this house. And to be honest, even though it's done well, like I've literally made 50% in 5 years, which is bloody good in the housing market. But it was more than that. It focused me on actually, having that commitment to an ongoing long-term investment. Yeah, he lives the thrill of the investment game. I get that, man. It's an exciting game. Especially when you do your research on something like really small market cap and you go, hang on. No, too cheap. And then you get in and boom, see you later. Are you talking about, Eddie, you're talking about Buffett still, right? saying he's a very modest man. Or are you talking about Zuckerberg? I think that Zuckerberg's pretty egotistical, to be honest. But, like, in a nice way, but I think he knows he's smart. I think he likes to assert that at certain times. Anyway, we're getting on philosophical rants again. Yeah, just to clear up, Eddie was talking about Buffett. Yeah, so I'll just have a quick look and see how we're sitting, because we've come to the end of the hour, and I'd like to see the quick effect on PIVX. Have we done it again? I don't think we have. Let's have a look. No, I don't think we have. Sorry, team. Can't do it every day. Can't. Wilkie's not on the chat today. I'm blaming Wilkie, our resident wow. We didn't do too badly though. Depends on how you look at it, because I think that all that's happened is it's squeezed up. So we've got 86948 as the bid and 87903 is the ask. I think that was fairly similar to where we actually left off. Or where we started off, sorry. Might have been a little higher. Oh well. Maybe Wilkie's waiting for after the show today to buy, instead of dumping after the show like he always does. Anyway, that's PIVX. Let's have a quick look at the rest of the market, just to see what's making moves, and then I'll probably wrap it up for the day. I know we haven't talked to a lot of extra coins today. We do have some good ICOs coming out. Yeah, always good chatting to you as well, all you guys. Not many in on the weekend, I can understand that. It's a beautiful day outside. I may even take a break on the weekends in the future, because 7 days is a big ask to just do the streaming every day. So we'll see what happens in that space, but just taking a look at the rest of the market. 9.6% up on exclusive coin. That's been doing these ones. I've done good trading on that. 10.1% down on Trust Coin. So if you are looking to get in, maybe it's a time to get on that retracement. I'm holding Trust. Quite like it long term. Peer-to-peer loaning, so it's pretty cool. Yeah, it has taken good retracement. Seems to be finding... Look, it is still downtrending at the moment based on just the short terms, but I'd be very surprised if it doesn't find support somewhere around the maybe around the 7,000 figure. It's just a little above that now. I don't see it retracing a whole lot lower on Trust Coin. Maybe as low as 6.5, but we'll see how we go. Oh, so you've got different accounts for yeah. See you, Eddie. Grinkers is just I've just figured out Grinkers has got different accounts for different devices. Oh yeah, cool. Yeah, well, I gave it the nod a while ago. Quite like Verge as well. Who said that? Let me just have a look. Universal Vibes. PIVX was given the nod over Verge by a YouTuber recently. Yeah, probably me. No, actually, I've got Verge as well. Quite like Verge. I like the anonymous coins, right? With everything trying to be regulated. I think the anonymous coins hold an advantage. Clear advantage. So, yeah, for me, Verge is a pretty good value proposition as well. They keep ticking off development targets. But I do agree with that YouTuber. I think we've got a better value proposition. We have staking. We have masternode. We have really relevant and controllable inflationary rates. We have predictable staking returns. It's a great community behind it. Huge and growing community of over 8,000 members on Slack. Quick processing time. I think I'm not sure what Verge's is, but we're quick. He did in-depth research, probably more than me, Universal Vibes TV, to be honest. I do tend to go on instinct, mate, even with my career. Is it going to be a good move for me? Feel it in there as much as anywhere, right? So, yeah, he's probably done more research than me. You hold both also. I think that's a good bet, man. You see Verge, I took sells on that. Actually, that's one of the ones I got sells and buys on over at Cryptopia. It's been a crazy run. Like, you could have bought that not that long ago at less than 100 Satoshi. 106, I think I called it out on, like, before the big correction, and then it went bleh, and I went, oh, whoops. But I sold out recently at like 154 Satoshi, I want to say. Bought it at 106. I like those sorts of gains. So yeah, Verge has been a good one for me. I've actually traded in and out of that a little bit and done really well on it. And even the LTC trades over at Cryptopia on Verge, smashed some. Got paid a ridiculous amount of LTC for some verge. Hey, Coach Chisel. You're always popping in at the end of the chat, bro. I'm on a bit later today. Like, extended a little bit today because we've been sort of not chatting a whole lot of crypto. But, you know, it's the market recovery. So if you like your coins, you've probably done well. We're just saying be careful because there's going to be a lot of temptation to take profit already. With such a big run-up already from lows, like in 9 hours, there will definitely be people dumping. How many? I see, like, sometimes when you get these massive bull runs, people are scared of selling because they figure that, oh no, it's not going to be that cheap again, as they are of, you know, emotions again come into play. You're not too enthusiastic to talk about crypto at present, Coach Chisel. What's up? Everything okay? Yeah, the crypto economy? What, you didn't dump on the down, did you? Oh, only wants to talk it when it moons. You're a cheeky one, Coach Chisel. Fair enough, man. Well, I enjoy talking crypto because I think it's a really interesting space. And plus, I've never been at the front of any technical thing ever. Ever. Facebook, 2015. Twitter, a couple of weeks ago. Steam it, a couple of weeks ago. Or months. YouTube, less than 2 months. So yeah, I've never been at the front of... I used a black and white Nokia, like 5110 or whatever they were, literally until I was using that for a lot of my business career. Everyone's got the smartphones. I'm running around with this black and white thing going, but I only use it to text people and call people. Why do I need all that fancy stuff? Yeah. It's not all technical, exactly. It's understanding how this, like, okay, I have a basic understanding of the technology compared to a lot of technical experts, but it's understanding that how that can be overlaid into the real world to make a real difference in society, to be disruptive. I keep using that word, disruptive technology. I really believe that's what blockchain is. It's just taking the world just a little time to wake up. I mean, no technology has been mass adopted this quickly in history, by the way. I'm not saying that it has been yet, but from the creation of the internet to where 85% of the world's population were using it, well, 85% of the world was could be covered by the internet. It's quite a long time. A lot longer than what we're seeing with the current rates of adoption on blockchain. And internet was quicker than TV. TV quicker than the phone. That's why I keep calling 3 to 5 years. On blockchain, I don't think it's going to take a long time. I think we're going to see some really good growth over the next 3 to 5 years. I think that we'll start to be looking at mass adoption within such a short period of time. Historically, it takes a lot longer than that for new technologies to be adopted by the entire world. So, interesting space. I could be completely wrong. Just seeing some charts and graphs about the speeds of mass adoption of different technologies over time. And it was a very interesting perspective because blockchain is currently on exponential growth curve for that sort of thing. So it's pretty impressive. Let's just do a quick look at the market before we go. I'm going to close it up with just a quick check because last time we did see it at 125 when we logged on, then at 126.4, sorry. So let's do another refresh and see how we're going. Maybe I'm just trying to delay it until PIVX gets into gains again so I can call it. Nah, I will check out after this. I do thank you all for contributing to the conversation. Sorry I got off on tangents again today. You're going to get that from me. You guys know that by now. 127.6. Really healthy. 126.4 to 127.6. We like to see that. And, you know, that's up 2% since we started broadcasting. So, the last hour, 1.4% on Bitcoin. Let's see what PIVX has done. It's probably the only red figure. It is! I totally bombed it today. Sorry, PIVX. Everyone started dumping as soon as they saw me come on. Anyway, I have obviously added 90 million to the market cap since being a PIVX representative, so forgive me for this 0.79% retracement in the last hour. Hey, maybe it's an opportunity to get in. Please, as always, make your own decisions. Have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow for another cryptocurrency discussion. Fish out.